Well, good morning. I just wrapped up a run. Whew. My face is red. I might sound kind of out of breath, but whatevs. You know, I have a limited moments to make videos, so I'm gonna do one now. Anyway, let's see what's going on here. It's across the street. I can't. Anyway, I am just recording this video to talk about the 4 quadrants. You definitely want to live your life in a way that you're not just putting out fires all the time, and the only way to do that is to focus on the 4 quadrants. And then I'll go into my work schedule a little bit. So the 4 quadrants are, I guess I'll draw it and show you a picture, but the top left is important and urgent, the bottom left is unimportant and urgent, the top right is important and not urgent, and then the bottom right is not important but urgent. I don't know. I have to write it out. As you can see, sometimes not much prep with the videos, but the point is, oftentimes, and I'll write it out and I'll put it in this video. So here you go. Here's the chart. So oftentimes we live in the not important and urgent box, and that's the one that are fires, that scream for your attention. Like here's a good example. If you have a family member who's always having money problems and they're always calling you for help because you've helped them before, so you might want to cut that off. But anyway, always calling you for help. Suddenly when he calls you, this problem, this decision that you need to make to help your family member in the mess they keep making, which isn't really helping them, suddenly that becomes the most important thing of your day. How do you move money around so you could give it to him? How do you meet him to give it to him? How do you go to where he's at to bail him out? How do you now it's even taking position in your brain. Should I give it? What should I do? So we live in the urgent side, whether important or unimportant. Urgent, you know, you break your leg, you gotta go to the hospital. That's important and urgent. But we live on the urgent side, and then something that always gets ignored is the important but not urgent. That is like, you know, negotiating your medical bills and making sure you pay those. But you know, they're not banging on your door like you know, credit card collector. It's different. It's like a softer ask, and then you could just ignore it till it's a problem and you don't realize that time has passed. So how do you reduce the unimportant and urgent? You reduce it by always living in the important but not urgent box. I'll show you the chart again with a big X to say that's where you should live. So, how do you live there? First, you have to prioritize. You have to categorize things. You might want to write out this box just to do a high level list of, like, my cousin calling me to ask me for money, urgent but not important. You have to categorize it properly so that you know what things you either need to say the right response to, which is no, or you don't. Or you can, when it comes to you, when you think about it, or when somebody presents it to you, you can also eliminate it from your brain, because oftentimes people with their urgency pass on their urgency to us if we receive it. So that's something that you need to do, is determine what is unimportant, whether it's urgent or not, and then find strategies to get it out of your brain, to not receive it. Some of the strategies you could say is, if you really write out your list and understand what's important and what isn't important, then suddenly you could remind yourself, no, like, something important is X, that's not important, so I'm not going to receive it. You know, using a comparison to remind yourself. Anyway, And so you want to live in the important and not urgent box. And if you live there, you reduce fires and have more time to handle the important and urgent. So with that said, my daily schedule is like this. And I used to be a fire person. The person I work for, he's a fire person, and I'm helping him by being a stabilizer. So my schedule is as follows. Monday is administration stuff. I hate administration crap or accounting or whatever, so I put it for Monday. So whatever you hate the most, put it for the first day of the week, because by the end of the week you don't have enough endurance to tackle what you would hate to tackle, so then it just gets put off. So Mondays is administration. Tuesdays, and building systems and processes, which is important. And Tuesdays and Thursdays are leads. So that's looking at old leads, calling leads, following up with current leads. And some of that will spill over to all the other days, because that's important and urgent. Like if there's an active lead, that trumps whatever the base, the foundation of what I'm doing on a certain day. Okay, Wednesdays, I actually meet with my boss and we work together. And then Fridays are where I do the dig leads, which you saw in my video last Friday, where I drive. And then in the afternoon, I actually called the leads I had drove and mailed before, and it's a whole little system I'm developing, not fully developed yet, but that's what's up. So with this week, nothing gets left behind as long as I follow my week. And over time, there's gonna be less leads that are not attended properly. There's gonna be less fires, because if I do administration every Monday, there won't be the surprise bill that wasn't paid and now we're in trouble or whatever. So I just wanted to tell you, live in the important, not urgent box. That's where you need to live. That's how you reduce fires. And I wanted to give you my example of my week, just to give you an example of this is how I am living there and reducing fires. Have a good one.